sure you're familiar with the sugar craze. They have difficulty concentrating, they have energy rushes and crashes, mood swings, poor sleep, difficulty. It comes in hundreds of different forms, and our bodies are simply not designed to tolerate this much sugar. And if you look at a per pound basis, our kids are getting more sugar than adults. And the same way a kid cannot tolerate the same amount of alcohol an adult does, is the same thing with sugar. And you might say, why the comparison to alcohol? Because the liver metabolizes sugar and alcohol in very similar ways. That's why we're getting fatty liver disease in teens, which we didn't get years ago. And artificial dyes is another very controversial topic. So just to put things in perspective, use of food additives went up by 500% in the last 50 years. And multiple studies show that kids with ADHD or ADD are at higher risk. They're adversely affected, and even kids who don't have that diagnosis may show ADHD-like symptoms with these food dyes. Other research showed that this is very striking. ADHD or ADD kids who were on medication, when they stopped, they eliminated food dyes, they were able to stop their medication. Their symptoms improved so much. That just shows you how powerful these things are. They require a warning label in other countries, and they are banned in most countries, including the UK and Europe. And I'm going to show you how hypocrite these companies are, because they have a US version and a UK version or Europe version of different foods. Here you see artificial colors like yellow 6, yellow 5, red 40, and here you don't have that. And here you have blue lake 1, there are all these colors, and you don't have that. So why? It's cheaper. That's why. Profit. Artificial flavors, natural flavors, and flavor enhancers is another topic. So when you hear natural, don't believe it, because there's no regulation to put natural on a label. Especially with flavors, natural flavors can hide in them flavor enhancers or other things like monosodium glutamate, which is basically used in labs to make rats fat and obese and to get them addicted to the food. So you see how it's not very different than the cigarette tobacco industry. They just, and also the labeling is not regulated again. The companies are not required to submit what they put inside their natural or artificial flavor to anyone, including the government agencies. MSG, the way MSG works is it's an excitotoxin, so it overexcites the brain to the point that the brain cells can die, and it causes other neurological diseases later on in life. And I'm like, as I tell you these things, like, how did we allow this to happen, right? Like, it's infuriating, and that's why I'm so fired about this. I'm like, we will not let this go until it's changed. And then there's the preservatives, which are also derived from petroleum. They are so powerful that they only need to be consumed in very small amounts, used in oils and fats to prevent rancidity. Pesticides, lastly, I'm sure you know this, but the main one that people talk about is glyphosate, which is found in mostly pasta, wheat, cereals. So if you're buying them, you can buy them organic when you can.